Thank you, Evans. Uh, Good morning. It's still morning here. It's very interesting to come to speak after my colleagues have spoken. One of them from SIAT, when he was giving his final slide, I would have wondered whether he had a sneak preview to my beliefs. But that just proves that our minds are thinking the same in terms of what is the way forward hereof. I want to go to the nitty-gritties of importance of agriculture to a country like Kenya, a developing country, the impact of climate change and what it means to smallholder farmers relying on rain-fed agriculture. But I'll ask ourselves today, why policy? It is because policy is the one that informs development in a broader text. And when you get something planned in a policy, it gets budgeted for. When you budget for something, you do it. You implement it. And of course, after implementation, of course, you evaluate and the cycle continues. So the question today is, whom are we engaging in that vicious cycle? Are we engaging the right people? I've seen a lot being talked of the scientists. Of course, they are very important. And this has been basically the missing link coming from where I come from as a policy maker. So it's therefore important now than ever that policies that are being developed really embrace the scientific knowledge. The scientists get to understand what is it, what are the gaps in the policies, either those that exist or those that are to be developed. Someone said today here that policy making is messy, but I want to correct him. It's not messy, it's only tedious, because it takes time. It's not messy. And the fact that it takes time, it then means it will even take longer time if we engage scientists, because science work also takes time, doesn't it? To have a concrete, findings that then you can integrate to the policy making. But you see, nations or parties are not devoid of policies. The policies are there, they exist. So again, like what we are doing in my country is trying to review them. Some as old as when we got our independence, like the Agriculture Act that we have just, redone it. But that does not mean even if it was finished last week, it cannot be reviewed next year, isn't it? Because if there is concrete finding, then when we were discussing here the first day, we are embracing technology, and technology is coming up so fast, evolving so fast. So we cannot just sit back and say, that the policy was developed, so we can't embrace technology. Review it, even if it was launched last week, and integrate what is it that will work to help the smallholder farmers. In Kenya, the World Bank is rolling out a $25 million project. And this project is on Climate Smart, it's dubbed Climate Smart Agriculture Project. And whose main objective, if I may just say, is to increase agricultural productivity, build resilience to climate change risks in the targeted smallholder farming and pastoral communities in Kenya. And actually, in the event of a eligible crisis or emergency, it will provide immediate and effective response. That's huge. But then, to effectively implement this project, it was necessary to conduct climate risk profiling, and this was coordinated, or the partnership was between the World Bank, SIAT, the government of Kenya, and the communities, where the 24 counties, where out of the 47 in the country, where the project will be implemented. And this partnership has really come in handy, because now every county will have its profile. It has its circumstances, its challenges, and therefore the interventions and how the project will roll out its initiatives there will depend on what the profiles really came out with. It's not a holistic thing where you have a national profile, but when you go to ground truthing, you realize really things were not, and that's what happens. Some of these things, when you do them at the very national or international level, those who are from GIS background will know, sometimes when you go to the ground, things are not really the same at specific points. And therefore these profiles, I will not really go to the details, but they were to provide the current climate and future possible scenarios. Of course, also identify the changes, related vulnerabilities in the populations and given value chains, and of course identify potential adaptation coping strategies. Now, this partnership provides a good example of scientist engagement with the policymakers at national level, local level, bringing experts into policy and project development table together to discuss. Now, Kenya has also launched the Climate Smart Agriculture Strategy. It is a policy document. But again, we are now getting to learn as time goes by that this strategy did not adequately engage the scientists. And like I'm saying, even if it was launched last year, it's not too late to engage scientists and other researchers and other partners and integrate what needs to be integrated. Therefore, on the lessons learned, like my colleague from CIAT said earlier, there are issues of partnership that I will not go into detail. The timing. I said it's not messy, it takes long, either for research or for policy. The timing, at what time do you do this research to feed into that policy that drives, that's going to answer into the questions. The platform to engage institutionally and even at individual scientists themselves. That platform must not be a one-off. It must be a platform that is continuous for feedback, for review, for evaluation, and the scientists themselves must keep it alive and get interested in participating in the policy. That's all the time could allow. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.